So welcome everyone to Monastic Meditation today. It's just a wonderful privilege to share this space with each one of you. And I'm really honoured that you would join us all together in this space and be part of our community here. It's really terrific to have each of you. I want you to know that you are seen and that you are important and that you are valued and that you are special. Not just to me, but to our community and to the people around you. And to hold on to that in these times where it feels like, yeah, we're a little bit buried alive in our spaces. So we're going to start this meditation by recognizing that we are holistic creatures, that we don't exist only in little walnut-sized part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, but we're actually holistic. And all of us is important. Our bodies, our soul, our spirit, the divine part of us, our mind, all of us, we're holistic creatures. And it's really great to engage with the world and remind ourselves that we are holistic, and that when we talk about the philosophy of shalom, when we talk about the word shalom, it is a sense of holistic peace. So not some kind of esoteric or unreachable or unattainable peace, but peace that exists in our bodies, our emotions, our spirit, our mind, in all of us. And so today's practice is a holistic practice. So I'm wanting to encourage each of us to engage with our whole beings. So let's begin by getting our bodies into a comfortable posture. Maybe you're on the floor or on the bed or in your chair, wherever you are, just getting your body settled into a comfortable kind of position. Probably being nice and symmetrical is good. If your feet are on the floor or on the ground, just keeping them nice and steady. You might like to place your hands either just in your lap or somewhere comfortable where you're not fidgeting or tempted to fidget today. You may even like to begin the meditation with one hand on your upper chest and one hand further down on your belly. Whatever's comfortable for you. And just as we sit together, let's begin by drawing the focus of our mind onto our bodies and onto our breath. Drawing the air in through our nose and imagining it and feeling it go past our top hand and the top of our lungs and traveling down deep into our bellies. And as we draw the air in, we feel the effect that it has on our bodies initially. And as we breathe in and out in a rhythmic way, I'm reminded that the presence of the divine, the presence of the eternal one, while we can't see that presence, we have a sense of that presence, just much like the air in our lungs. We perceive with our own spirits presence of the eternal Spirit, the one who is life-giving, the one who gives life, and we breathe in and out. We feel the life in our bodies. We feel the expansion of our chest and our bellies and our lungs. And as we breathe in, we might gently draw our shoulder blades together and feel our heart space moving out, opening up. The breath in, the breath out. The air flowing in, the oxygen flowing in, the gift of the trees and the plants around us. And we, in turn, give the gift of carbon dioxide to the trees and the plants around us. The wonderful interweaving of breath and life. The trees and the plants around us are rooted deeply in the soil, grounded, steady, stable. And as we breathe, we pause. We take a pause of our thoughts, a pause of the voice in our mind. And draw our attention to the gravity that is pulling on our bodies, drawing us down towards the earth. The gravity that we can't see or taste, but the gravity that we can feel. Perhaps we can feel it on our shoulders today. Resting like the comforting hands of someone who loves us. Standing behind us. And we release our shoulders and our neck. We release and we submit to that pressure of gravity. Releasing to that loving touch. Perhaps we imagine the gravity like honey flowing over our bodies. Wonderful, flowing down our shoulders, down our elbows, all the way through to our wrists and our fingers. We feel the heaviness, the gravity drawing us down. Grounding our bodies. Once again, we pause the voice of our mind and we draw our attention to our heart space, to the space, the center of our emotions. And we notice, we just observe, how do I feel today? What's going on in my soul? We take an attitude of curiosity. That's interesting. I wonder why I'm feeling this way today. We notice, we don't judge. This is a moment of grace, a moment of acceptance, a moment of freedom and a moment of peace, of shalom. If it is your practice, you might like to join me in a short prayer. Today we welcome you, O wise one. We welcome your spirit with each one of us wherever we are. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your divine word. We open our hearts and our minds to receive the wisdom, the words and the encouragement that you would gift each one of us today. The prophet Elijah was famous for many things, but after his biggest victory, he was threatened with his life, so he fled. When he arrived at Horeb, he walked into a cave and rested for the night. Later on, the Lord said to him, Elijah, leave this cave and go stand on the mountainside in my presence. The Eternal passed by him. The mighty wind separated the mountains and crumbled every stone before the Eternal. This was not a divine wind, for the Eternal was not within this wind. As the wind passed through, an earthquake shook the earth. This was not a divine quake, for the Eternal was not within this earthquake. After the earthquake was over, there was a fire. This was not a divine fire, for the Eternal was not within this fire. After the fire died out, there was nothing but the sound of a calm breeze. And through this breeze, a gentle, quiet voice entered into Elijah's ears. He covered his face with his cloak and went to the mouth of the cave. Suddenly, Elijah was surprised. The Eternal One asked him, Why are you here, Elijah? What is it that you desire? When Elijah arrived at Horeb, he walked into a cave and rested for the night. Later on, the Lord said, "Leave this cave and go stand on the mountainside in my presence." The Eternal passed by him. The mighty wind separated the mountains and crumbled every stone before the Eternal. This was not a divine wind, for the Eternal was not within this wind. After the wind passed through, an earthquake shook the earth. This was not a divine quake, for the Eternal was not within this earthquake. After the earthquake was over, there was a fire. This was not a divine fire, for the Eternal was not within this fire. After the fire died out, there was nothing but the sound of a calm breeze. And through this breeze, a gentle, quiet voice entered into Elijah's ears. He covered his face with his cloak and went to the mouth of the cave. Suddenly, Elijah was surprised. the Eternal One asked him, "Why are you here, Elijah? What is it that you desire?" Let's take a few minutes now to reflect on this word. We're going to listen to a song. And as we listen, I ask each one of us the question, why are we here? What is it that we desire? Let us carry this sense of the presence of the divine with us into the rest of our day, taking a deep breath in. And when we exhale, gently opening our eyes and coming back into the company of others. Be at peace, my friends. Shalom.